I think people is done playing Saka's potential. Saka is in the same category as Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. He is so dedicated that he alone goes to training when all the rest of players take day offs. He said, and I quote, "This season, he will do better numbers than he did last season." Many football fans idolize Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. However, these two players are the past. There is a new kid on the block, and his name is Bukayo Saka. Watch till the end of this video, and I will show you all the proof you need. Spoiler, there is more than one. That Bukayo Saka is in the same league, is in the same category, is in the same breath as Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. But first, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. So, Bukayo Saka, as we see, he's been voted in the nominees for the Ballon d'Or, right? Bukayo Saka has had a superb last two seasons for Arsenal Football Club, and he will continue to progress and continue to only get better. I believe this so. And so does everyone else. So does opposition fans. So does all the pundits. So does all the best players in the world. Even past players has been shouting Saka's praise of recent. So we know that Saka is on an upward trajectory, and I'm going to show you in this video why I say is in the category of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. So we're going to start off with an article, basically a testimony from one of the Arsenal's greatest players, of what he saw, what he understood, and what he learned about this player's attitude, this player's character, Bukayo Saka. So speaking about Saka on TalkSport, Ray Parlour has given an example why Saka is so good. Talking to Alan Brazil about Saka, Parlour was quick to praise the England and Arsenal's man attitude, and given an explanation of what he meant by that. Parlour explained he had seen Saka down London Colony even though he had a day off. He's been a revelation. It's the little things. I went to the training ground not so long ago, and every single player had a day off, but he was in. Parlour said, "I want to do a little bit more, warm down and get my legs going." He was on the bike. He didn't have to be there. That's the sort of professional he is, to say, "I want to go in and look after myself." He just a fine young man. I think every single person likes him. Can you imagine a player at this time? It was 21 and younger, right? We know that a few days ago was his birthday, so now he's 22. So being 21 years of age, and to have this mentality, you see, you hear stories about people like Jadon Sancho, where he's turning up late for training. He basically parties too much. He does all these stuff, and you understand it to a certain extent, because he's young. He's young. He's immature. He's not that developed when it comes down to understanding of life. Young man goes out and enjoy their life. But we see Bukayo Saka is an exception. He is an exception, and he is exceptional because he goes into training when everyone else is everyone. The manager gives a day off to everyone. But Bukayo Saka said, "Nah, I know where I need to get to in life. I know where I need to get to in terms of my footballing ability, and I will strive to get there even on my day off." And that shows dedication. That shows commitment. This type of attitude, this type of mentality, this type of mindset is that of great players. So Bukayo Saka, believe me when I say Bukayo Saka is already on his way. He's already on his way to be mentioned in the same breath as Pele and Maradona. He's on his way. Now let's go over to the next reasons why I say that this guy's in the same category as Messi and Ronaldo. In a recent interview, Saka was asked if his target is to improve on his numbers that he done last year. Saka replied, yes, 100%. I'm always looking to improve and progress each season. So I'm definitely aiming for more this year. So we see Saka is not happy with what he done for the last 2 seasons, for the last 3 seasons. He wants to get better. He wants to be better. And the mindset he has, he's going to get there. Because don't forget, he started out as a left back and he's progressed in Arsenal team that's been so shaky, that's been so underwhelming, to say the least. With Lombard, he came through when Lombard was there as a bit part manager. Then he came through more. He started to be more sustainable, more constant when Emery was there. And now since Arteta came and brought a new dimension to his game, he's only flourished from there. And he's only going to get better because he's just 22. He continues to say, I think it's about commitment. Commitment to being better. So obviously, it requires me to do a lot of things in terms of listening, watching clips, training hard every day, putting in that extra effort, that extra work to try and to keep progressing. So we see a few things there. He says, it requires me to listen. That's a key skills that most people don't understand, or most people underestimate. To listen. There's a difference between hearing and listening. When you hear something, it can go through one ear and come through the other. When you listen, that means you're taking in what that person is saying, what's going on around you, and you're trying to apply it to the situation that needs that application. So we see that Saka understand that he needs to listen to past players, he needs to listen to his coach, he needs to listen to even pundits that criticize him. You need to be listening, because this is it, that some people criticize you out of jealousy, out of envy. Even so, you still can use that for your benefit. That could be your fuel. And he trains hard every day. We just heard a testimony from Ray Pollard how he went to the training ground and saw that there was no one there but Saka. Saka was there on the bicycle, pedaling, trying to improve his leg muscle, trying to we see him on the bicycle trying to get better, trying to improve, whether it's his leg muscle, whether it's cooling down, whatsoever he was doing for that period of time he was in training. He made the extra effort to be there. Now, people may look at that and say, okay, it's only riding the bicycle. That's no big deal. However, to have that fortitude to go into training, to have that willpower to go into training when you can slag off, you could go to the movies, you could go out with your girlfriend, you can do what you want, but to sacrifice everything else in a moment like that. So it takes a lot to be training and working hard every day. It takes a lot, especially for a young player. And we see Saka has been doing it so well. I've got my head down, worked harder, and set myself some targets and goals to achieve, and just went from there and strive to achieve them. Each year, I try to keep progressing and getting better. I think definitely year on year, I've come close to achieving something big, he told BBC. This year, we're definitely close as a team. So I'm looking forward to this year. It is an exciting year ahead. So you see, Saka is confident in Arsenal, is confident in England that they will achieve something. We as Arsenal will achieve something, and they as England, because even though I love England, they're not my team. So Saka is confident. And for me, I love to see that. I love to see that from a player. I love to see the confidence, especially from a young player, that confidence to say that, listen, previous season has not been our best, our finest, but this season is going to be different. The team is progressing, they're gelling well, both internationally and locally, because we see England, they've been blessed with a lot of good players recently. We see Jude Bellingham, we see Colwell, we see lots of different players coming through, and it only makes England better. Declan Rice, the best midfielder in the world, best player soon to be in the world, behind Saka, or above Saka for some people, for me. So we see that England is gonna, I believe they just need a good manager to achieve a bigger success. That's what I believe. They need a manager. Gareth Southgate is good at player management, He's good at keeping the peace, keeping the team together. He's good at it. However, when it comes down to philosophy, when it comes down to style of play, when it comes down to strategies, that's where he's not good enough. They need a manager that has a good, basically, philosophy, a good set way of playing, and that can develop the team, the England national team, and not just the first team, but also the youth team coming up to play the same kind of football that the first team plays. So that's what I believe with the England team. Now we're gonna get into the nice part of the video. This is where we're gonna get to the best part, right? This is the best part of the video, where we actually compare Messi, Ronaldo, and Saka's stats. This is what you all been waiting for, right? So we see Bukayo Saka has 212 appearances, having 53 goals and 51 assists. Minutes per goal, 298.9. Minutes per goal or assist, 152.3. He's gone one hat-trick, and he scored 7 out of 9 penalties. We know the one that he missed last season, and also the one he missed in the World Cup. League goals, he has 33. Champions League, he has 0. International goals, he has 11. Trophies, 1 FA Cup, 2 Community Shield, and we see him won the Youth Player of the Year and the England Player of the Year twice. So that's Saka's accomplishment. That's Saka's achievement. He's got 0 Champions League goal, and it's not his fault why he's not in the Champions League. It's not his fault why he's not banging in goals in the Champions League. It's the team. It's the overall team's fault why Saka is not competing in the Champions League and smashing it up right now. Right? It's the team. I blame the team. So I believe that he will only get better because now we're in the Champions League, and he's going to be scoring goals in the Champions League. Because for me, the Champions League is a bit easier than the Premier League, especially the group stages. I believe wholeheartedly that the Champions League is easier than the Premier League, because in my previous video, you can go watch it. I said that last 2 videos, I said that the Premier League consists of 30 odd games. You need to be consistent for 30 odd games. If you lose a few matches and slip up in a few matches, that can cost you the league title. So that for me is more difficult than a competition that you play a team twice, right? You play a team twice. If you're good on the day, especially in the first leg, if you're good on the day, you can basically win the competition. We see Chelsea won it with Di Matteo. It wasn't a hard thing to win it with Chelsea at that time. Chelsea had a very good squad. And also, Di Matteo, even though he's not one of the best managers in the world, we see that he was good on the day, so he won the final. That's it, with basically the luck of the draw when it comes down to if the opposition is not performing well, if they're going through certain problems, or if your players are around form, it comes down to the luck of the draw. But to be consistent for 30 odd games takes more bottle, takes more perseverance, takes more commitment, takes a lot more grit and dirt from a team to win the Premier League compared to a team to win the Champions League. So that's my take on that. Now, when you compete with Lionel Messi had 200 appearances and 92 goals and 46 assists. Now, one may wonder, what? Messi had 200 appearances and 90? No, that don't sound right. But right now, I'm comparing when they were 22. When Ronaldo was 22 and when Messi was 22. Bukayo Saka has just turned 22, right? So I'm not even, he's still got a whole year to achieve what Messi achieved. Messi achieved this at 22, 92 goals. Saka achieved 53 goals at 21. So he just turned 22 a few days ago. So he hasn't scored a goal after he turned 22. So we see that he's still got a year, and now he's in Champions League. And the team has got better in terms of build-up play. So even though he hasn't started on fire, he will only improve. So we see that he's got the potential of even rivaling Messi in terms of goals scored and assists, because he's got 51 assists, and we see that Messi has got 40. He's already got more than Messi. He's already got more than Messi in terms of assists. It's only the goal that's lacking. And Messi was playing in Champions League at this time, so he's scoring goals everywhere. So I believe that Saka has the potential to get, I wouldn't say, can I say Saka can get 40 goals this year in Premier League, in the League Cups, and Champions League? That's a stretch. That's a stretch. But even if he gets 60, even if he gets 70 goals, which it's not hard. 75, based on last season's stats, he could get 70 to 75. But if he improves that, he could get 80 goals. And that's still in the company of Lionel Messi at the same age. I think people is done playing Saka's potential. I think people is done playing how good this player is because he's playing for Arsenal. If he was playing for Man United, the way these Man United fans will be glorifying Saka. If he was playing for Man City or Chelsea, the way these fans will be glorifying Saka right now. So I believe that we have to check the stats. With the eye test, we know that Saka's a great player, but we have to check the stats with the greats. Compare Saka's stats with the greats. Then we can come to a better understanding, a better conclusion, and then we can appreciate how wonderful our star boy is. So minutes per goal, he has 153.7, and minutes per assist, Messi has 102.5. Messi had 2 hat-tricks at that age and scoring 10 out of 13 penalties. Messi missed 3 penalties, just like Saka missed 2. And everyone is crucifying Saka, making him look like he's the worst player in the world. Messi missed 3 penalties at his age, even though he's scoring 1 more hat-trick than Saka. And we know that when Messi started, he played in a beautiful Barcelona team. Those times football was so easy. At that time, Barcelona football was so dominant, and the rest of teams in La Liga was so garbage that it was so easy to score. So you have to add that into account as well. The fact that when Messi was 22, the team that he was playing in was so magnificent. Xavi, Iniesta, these kind of players. These are the kind of players that was in Messi's team and who Messi basically learned from certain tiki-taka. Saka only learned from Xhaka and Partey. Saka only learned from Xhaka. Can you imagine this? Messi learned from Iniesta and Xavi, Ronaldinho, all these great players. Saka learned from Xhaka. These things matters. You have to look at the whole thing. These things matters. Now, Saka is going to be that Messi for us that will teach Nwari and other young players coming through how to be a professional, how to be better, how to do certain stuff that only the great players do, that the average player can't do. This is what Messi's been soaking up at La Masia, and he's been soaking it around great players all his career. Saka hasn't had that. So once again, we have to think about that and take that into account. Messi had 16 Champions League goals and 12 international goals. Winning 3 La Liga, 2 Champions League, 1 Copa del Rey, and 1 Super Copa de España. He won FIFA under 20 World Champions and Summer Olympics as well. So he won his first Ballon d'Or at age 23, right? So and he won La Liga's best player 1 time. So Saka is only 22 right now, and he just turned 22. Well, I don't personally believe he's going to win Ballon d'Or this year, but he's still got another year of Messi. I don't think he's going to win it this year, but next year, there's a possibility. If he improves his game, if he gets better, if we do well in Champions League, there's a possibility to win it when he's 23 as well. Because Saka is so mature, people has been judging him by a higher standards. Because he's not like the other young players, the other youth players. He's got this great potential. He's already great. He's already brilliant. So everyone, I think, takes his ability for granted. So these are the kind of stats we need to look into to remember that he's a one-of-a-kind player. Now, let's take a look on Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo had 242 appearances, having 62 goals. Saka is already what? Saka is already few goals behind him. Saka is already 9 goals behind Ronaldo. 9. And Ronaldo, as what I'm saying, that everyone have Ronaldo, and this is at 22. Saka is still just turned 22, so he's still got another year. Saka's got a year to score 9 goals to equal Cristiano Ronaldo record, right? And he's already score assist more than Ronaldo. Ronaldo only got 44, while we see Saka's got 51. So he's already on the heels. He passed up Ronaldo in terms of assists. He's on his heels for goal, and he's got a year to score 9 goals. He's gonna do that in no time. We see goals per 90 are 266.6 minutes per goal. Our assist is 156. So with those stats, he's got 0 at this time. He had 0 hat-trick. Saka has already got an hat-trick, and we know that Cristiano Ronaldo has been playing for Man United from he was 18, right? And he's been surrounded by great players at that time. And in those days, it was so easy to play. Once again, the leagues were so garbage. The defenders were so garbage. You can twinkle toes around everyone. Cristiano Ronaldo used to go through the whole team. That's how good he was, and comparing to that's how bad the defenders were at those times. We know that defense got a lot better because of analysis and all these different technology and all these different knowledges coming out about defending. The heart of defending got a lot better. One might say that it was better in those days, but I would beg to differ. That argument is up for debate, right? So Ronaldo at that time, in a team of Beckham, Ferdinand, Rooney, all these great players, Man United players, Beckham, all these great Man United players, he was in that team. So no wonder why he was performing okay compared to Saka now. And Saka was in a team with Aubameyang, garbage, Lacazette, garbage, comparing to the team Messi and Ronaldo was in. Xhaka, garbage. These times, Partey just came when Saka broke out. So I would say Partey off it because most times he's injured. Who else? David Luiz, garbage. Socrates, garbage. Mustafi, garbage. Almost every player on the team is garbage when Saka came through. And now we're starting to see the team getting better. And now potentially we can see Saka overtaking these stats. By the time Saka is 23, he should overtake Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi in terms of stats. And we should not take these things for lightly. He scored 4 and missed. He took 6 penalties, scoring 4. Once again, he missed 2 penalties again. Saka missed 2, Ronaldo missed 2 at the same age. Scoring league goals, he scored 36. 0 Champions League goal at this time, same as Saka. 15 international goal, 4 above Saka. Portuguese Cup 1 time, FA Cup 1 time, League Cup 1 time, and Toulon tournament 1 time. So based off these stats, we have to say that categorically, right? We have to say that Saka is in the same league as Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. That's just it. That's the end of the debate. Based off the stats, based off the team they were playing in compared to the team that Saka is playing in right now, based off basically were around them to give them advice, to give them training, to give them all sorts of moral support. Based off all these things, we have to give Saka credit and say that, listen, he's in the company with these lads. So that's the video there and then, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and catch you in the next video. Goodbye.